So today let's go on a photo walk and I'll show you a few settings that I use in my Ricoh GRIII X that help me get straight out of camera photos that look like this. Now I'm not going to be saying that they're cinematic photos because that's a term that's completely overused here on YouTube, but I would have to say that these photos have a certain vibe, the mood, or the feels that complement the way that I frame these together. So hashtag shoot for the vibes. Today's showcased photos are all straight out of camera. I used Reggie's color negative recipe for the entire day since I thought it worked well for the light and streets I shot in. But throughout the video, I will also show past photos with different film recipes for your reference. The first setting I'll talk about is going to be your focus mode because let's face it, impactful photos nail their focus right. So 2026 resolution, and remember, focus on the right things. There are plenty of focus modes to choose from, but my preference when using the GRIII X is going to be the snap focus because I find that in my experience, the autofocus of this system is a hit or miss, and the snap focus is basically just the Ricoh GRIII X's internally built zone focusing mechanism where you predefine your focus distance to where your subject is going to be or where you want the area in frame to be in focus, and then you can simply adjust the depth of field based on your aperture values. The way snap focus helps in nailing your shots is, for example, if you're the type of photographer who has a certain preference in how far away they are from their subjects. For example, for me, I prefer to observe my subjects from a distance. So I can just set the focus distance to be, let's say, 2 meters away, 5 meters away, and then the camera doesn't have to recalculate the focus for every single shot. And that just makes things a lot more consistent, a lot faster, and I don't have to subject myself in the limitations of the camera's autofocus. So the next setting is going to be on color grading because color in your photos is what drives the look. Now this is going to be a very personalized choice, but the reason why cameras like Fujifilm or the Ricoh GR lines are popular is because of their ability to have stylized JPEG presets. And my go-to film recipes for the Ricoh is going to be Reggie's color negative, positive emulsion, and Ectacolor because they operate on auto-white balance, which makes them highly versatile in different lighting conditions. I've also tried recipes like the Royal Supra, the Vibrant Nostalgia, which worked great in the conditions where I set them to be. So I'm sure there are countless of resources out there. You can refer to the Ricoh Recipes app or blog posts from different photographers, and I'm sure there's going to be a look out there for the photos that you are trying to achieve. So the next setting is arguably going to be the most important of all settings that we're talking about today, which is going to be the camera metering mode. And this is because exposure matters, especially when doing things straight out of camera. Just to get everyone on the same page, metering is just the way your camera evaluates light within the scene. So there are going to be multiple metering modes to choose from. The first one, multi-segment, which takes the exposure of the whole camera screen and it balances out the highlights and the shadows for an average exposure. Then there's going to be center-weighted metering, which, as the name implies, exposes for the center of the frame. And then there's spot metering, which evaluates light within a small portion of the screen, usually within that square area when you do the spot focus mode. And then the next one is going to be my preferred metering approach, which is highlight-weighted metering. Highlight metering works best whenever you have directional light. That is when your light source is going to be at an angle from the side or backlighting your subject for maximum contrast. And the reason this is great is because as your camera exposes for the highlights, then this makes the shadows darker and darker, giving off that gradation in the light spectrum within the photo. And this might be in contrast to how people usually think of what is good exposure in photography, when you can see all the information in the shadow areas all the way to the highlights. But to me, this isn't always going to be the case because it can appear clashing or too busy for the viewers. And highlight metering helps handle this by hiding things within the shadow, which can evoke a sense of curiosity or mystery to the viewers on what are you hiding in those shadows, and give a sense of shape or depth within an image that can make things appear more intentional. So just a quick note that your camera's metering mode is what drives the EV meter of your camera in the screen, and for me, when I use highlight metering, I just start off with an EV of 0 and then underexpose or overexpose based on the final output that I want to achieve. So right now I'm exploring the Kwun neighborhood here in Hong Kong because I do have a free afternoon, but I can't stay too late for a hike because I do have dinner plans. So it's good enough for a quick shoot. And honestly, I've been neglecting the Ricoh GRIII X for quite some time, so I thought it would be a nice photo walk for today. And there's going to be a promenade over here that I can check out and watch some golden hour action. While these settings can help you with the photos you take straight out of camera, it wouldn't magically make all your photos look good. As the saying goes, a polished turd is still a turd. And that is because what really matters are the moments, lighting, and how you choose to frame the subject. I had some clear skies during the photo walk, which gave me some strong light, especially for street photography that accentuates the contrast and shadows formed by the buildings, and I wanted to emphasize those. Snap photos helped me during the walk to get decisive moments and shoot mid-action, just like this one, and paired those with a versatile warm film recipe with medium contrast such as Reggie's color negative and the highlight weighted metering. I got some photos that I was pleased with. Well, that's all the time that I have today. Hopefully you found those tips helpful in your straight out of camera photography, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.